This is mother of Irena Sandler. Irena Sandler, she was a nurse, Polish nurse. During the war, she saved about 2,000 Jewish children from the ghetto. It's a Hollywood movie about her, an American play. The name of the play is Life in the Jar. Why it's Life in the Jar? Look, children were smuggled out of ghetto. Parents were killed in gas chambers. Sometimes it was 1-year-old baby. So she wrote information about children, about families, and put in jars. After war, she came with jars to Jewish Institute and she said, children survived. They were hidden in my orphanage and other orphanages. You know, in Jerusalem, it's big museum devoted to Holocaust. The name is Yad Vashem. But before main buildings, it's over 20,000 trees devoted to people who helped Jewish people survive Second World War. The first tree is devoted to a man from Sweden, Raoul Wallenberg. The second, it's famous, I think you know, Oskar Schindler.
Yes.
And the third tree is devoted to Irena Sandler. Yes. So 2,000 Jewish children survived that war. You know what it means in Polish language? What it means Sandlerowa? It means wife of Mr. Sandler. So I tell you something. Now we don't use this and over because it sounds like a property of husband. Now we are properties of our wives, so something changed. So no, we don't use over now. So you know, now we are over. So we are very happy, of course. You know. Okay, so
They hold the money.
let's wait a moment. Step by step. This is the first monument devoted to ghetto. Why monument in this shape? If you remember, ghetto was surrounded by 3 meters high wall. How to escape from ghetto? By sewer system. This hall leads to underground. In the end of this street, it's a Jewish graveyard. This is another hall to escape from ghetto. Yes. This is in 3 languages. This is Polish, this is Yiddish, and this is Hebrew. Before the war, Jewish people didn't speak Hebrew in Poland. It was Polish or Yiddish, based on German language, independent on the level of assimilation. And there is a date, 19 April. 19 April, this is a date when the Nazis came to finish ghetto, to kill the rest of the people. So, and every April, Jewish people over all world, they are coming to this place. So this is a Jewish symbol. Chris, let's take here. This is Bereshit. What it means, Bereshit, you know, in the Bible, the book of Genesis, the first phrase in the Bible, this is at the beginning. In Hebrew, this is Bereshit, at the beginning. Olive, it means peace. Palm, it means love. So peace and love at the beginning for people. So it's a Jewish symbol. This man, this is Polish-American professor, Jan Karski. Jan, it means John. Let's stay next to him. As a young man, he was in Polish resistance movement. He was the first man who told all world about Holocaust. At first, he was smuggled to the ghetto. In ghetto, he had a Jewish guide, and this guide said, only watch and remember, because you are our witness in 3 countries. He escaped with information. He had also microfilm from one of the concentration camps. What happened in 3 countries? Nobody believed him. You know, how to believe gas chambers for people. You know what we think? They didn't want to believe. They knew before. It was much better not to believe, because what should do with this? After war, he couldn't back to Poland for political reasons. So he stayed in the United States and became professor in Georgetown University in Washington. At first year, Bill Clinton was his student. Yes. The copy of this bench, one is in Tel Aviv and second in New York. This is his famous book, Story about Secret State, about war in Poland, his memory. He wrote in this book, when I was in ghetto, I became Jew. He was Catholic, but he wrote, I found people dying on streets. They became my family. So it's Polish-American professor, Jan Karski. After the end of communism, he could back to Poland after many years to see his country once again. But he moved back to America and died in America. So it's Polish-American professor. Let's stay next to this beauty. We will count on this. have one question. Do you know the This is monument above the main monument devoted to the guest. Monument was unveiled in 1948, and for Jewish people, the most important is the first man. This is Mordechai Anielewicz. Mordechai Anielewicz, he was young scout, he was 25, and became commander of young people in the ghetto. But in the end of ghetto, Anielewicz and his friends, they were surrendered by Nazis in the basement of tenement. They didn't want to get in Nazi hands. They committed suicide together, 100 people. Yes. And so, next there is a big building here between, can you see this, and then next is a big building. Next to this big building, it's still the grave of Anielewicz, but ruins covered with earth. Monument was unveiled 1948. Let me show you photo 1948. Shoot. Can you see? 1948. So look now, can you see background? Look, and look now. After war here was zero. The first after war was a monument. Oh, in this museum devoted to Holocaust, Yad Vashem in Jerusalem, on the main wall, it's a copy of this monument. But there is one difference. Anielewicz, the first man, is turning his face to hide in Poland. Yes. And the story around this is from Sweden. But there was a story about, at first Hitler bought in Sweden for the monument of victory after war. So after war, your government for this monument once again. So, but this is from Sweden, Estonia. So, but let's go around. I show you other part of this monument is devoted to Holocaust. People are going to gas chamber. Look, come to me, please. Mother with children, rabbi with Torah, and can you see the shape of the helmet over the hand of this man? Can you see soldier helmet? It's typical Nazi. It's symbolic. They are pushing them to gas chambers, and it's based on the one photo. Photo was made on the next street. So how Nazis sent the Jewish people to concentration camps. I show you. Oh, this is. Can you see? Yes. People are going. Mother with children, old people, the Nazis, the fire around. Was made on the next street here. You know, after war, we found this lady. She survived war in Israel. We found her in Israel. From this photo, she survived. Okay, so I asked, oh, this is Bishop, so let's go to Vas and go to the old town.
It's the old king who moved the capital from Krakow to Warsaw. That was the old presidential palace. They weren't allowed to rebuild it until the 80s. The stadium. The old town. All of it had to be rebuilt. The whole town was completely destroyed during the Second World War.
And look, oh, we say, look now, we say Warsaw is a green city. Can you see the view? Yeah. Look on the trees. So we say it's a green city, Warsaw. No, that's hard to clear. We don't have time to visit churches, but we stayed next to church. I'll tell you the story about church. Paparazzi, please keep together because it's a crowd of people. Fancy, ladies, gentlemen, it's partly original. Why? Before the war, around wall, we had normal buildings, townhouses that were around. When Nazis start to bomb this place, everything disappeared. I show you my multimedia once again. Oh, can you see? This is this guy here. And can you see ruins?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes. After war, people found original wall. So architects decided not to rebuild buildings, only to show defensive wall. So it's partly original. But this is interesting. Look, this is defensive wall. In the old town, it's still out of defensive wall. Why? The first Warsaw, it was small city. The end of Warsaw was here. Around wall was a moat, But when Warsaw became the capital of Poland, many new people came, the capital of this Commonwealth, many new people came to this place. But they didn't find empty place here. So people who came to Warsaw, they created this part. And they named this the New Town.
Okay.
Interesting, because at first it was, now this is the old town, everything. But at first it was the old town, it was the new town. But look, everything was rebuilt. So this is the new old town. Now it's clear. Now it's here. When Warsaw was rebuilt, look at the date. Can you see on the roof? 1954, the date of rebuilding of this place. This is one part, it's original. It's this bridge here. It's original. I have only small photo. Street. The name of the street, this is Bridge Street. Bridge. Why bridge? In the end of this street was the first bridge in Warsaw. So, because in the end it's river here. But it was in 16th century, bridge was wooden. So disappeared in history. Left the name of this street, Bridge Street here. But now it's because it's a beautiful view, now it's popular for movies. Pre-war movies, but also war movies. If you want to find Nazi soldiers, stay here in this place. Oh, it's a basic information because weather it's better now. You know, lody, it means ice creams. Yeah. So our car is here, but let's go to place when Madame Curie was born, and next we will finish in the car. So please, Madame Curie. When the famous woman in science was born, Marie Curie. Madame Curie. A few words, why the famous woman in science? She was the first woman awarded Nobel Prize. In history, only one woman has been awarded twice. The first time she was awarded 1903 for physics. The second, 1911 for chemistry. She discovered two elements, polonium, radium. Why polonium? It's Latin name of Poland. Yes. She worked on radioactivity, you know, she died, she suffered cancer, people didn't know how it's dangerous, radioactivity. But for us, she's not Marie Curie. For us, it's Maria Skłodowska-Curie. If you remember the name of Polish name, Ski, do you remember Ski? And female, it's Ska. Father was Skłodowski, so daughter, it's Ska. It's a maiden name, Skłodowska. Curie, this is husband's name, famous scientist. You know, Pierre Curie, her husband, was also awarded Nobel Prize. Another daughter of Pierre and Marie, Irene Joliot-Curie, was awarded Nobel Prize. Husband of Irene was awarded Nobel Prize. From all family, only second daughter Eve Curie wasn't awarded Nobel Prize. But husband of Eve Curie was awarded Nobel Prize. So look at the family. Yes. She was also the first ever professor in famous Sorbonne University in France. Yes. Now, look now it's many of female professors. Maybe more than male professors, yes. Now why not? Yes, but one of the first was she. Yes, so for us, it's more. Yes. Sure. So she was born in this place. Parents were teachers. Father was famous teacher of mathematics and physics. Mother was a head of dormitory for young people who came to Warsaw to find school. 3 sisters, 1 brother, they were born here. So now we have Museum of Marie Curie. Yes. And, you know, this building is also a copy of the war. We have a plate with names of people who died inside. So white flowers. And 2 flags. Can you see it's flag of Warsaw and flag of Poland. So Warsaw is yellow.